Welcome to the official press conference for Tezos Who's Number 121, Pedro Marinho versus Rafael Lovato Jr., presented by Fat Tire. It's all going down Thursday, November 30th at 7 p.m. Central Time. We got 11 matches on an absolutely stacked card. We're going to have 4 prelim matches that are free on the FloGrappling YouTube channel, and then 7 matches that are going down on the main card. You got to subscribe to FloGrappling.com if you want to watch those, and 3 title belts on the line. But we're going to kick things off with our first match of the evening. Setting the tone for the entire event is going to be Ian Butler and Nick Matea. You guys, you get to set the tone for the whole card. You know, Ian is a Bellator fighter. Nick Matea, B-team, young prodigy, rising up through the ranks. I'm going to start with you, Ian. What made you want to come and switch it up, get into a grappling event like Who's Number 1?
Dude, I always want to stay busy, like, period. And then plus, man, I've always been involved on some of the biggest combat cards in history, even when I fought Glory Kickboxing and in Bellator. And this is a stacked fucking card, bro. Like, it's, dude, 3 title fights and, bro. And plus, I love Austin, Texas, too, bro. And then anything that's involved with flow, throw me on, bro. I'm always down to scrap. And we got Nick, dude. Like, I'm from St. Louis. Nick is from St. Louis. So, like, it's, I'm the vet, bro. So, like, I'm 34. I'm still doing big things and everything else. So, we're going to steal the show, dude. We're the first one. We're the first ones out, dude. We're going to set the tone for sure. It's going to be fireworks.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. Obviously, anyone who's down to scrap is has a place here on FloGrappling on Who's Number One. Nick, we as B Team, we want a guy on the prelims out of your gym. Who do you want to put on? A lot of people gave us your name. What's it been like training at B Team? And also, what was it like when you got the call to come here and compete on Who's Number One?
So it's been great competing at B Team for since February. So I've been out there for getting close to a year here, and I've been learning a ton about just all these different positions that I was not as familiar with. So, yeah, I'm really excited to test myself tomorrow night, and this is going to be a good one. We're going to put on a show.
What did you think whenever you found out you'd be going up against Ian Butler? Did you look into him? Did you start thinking, oh, a Bellator guy, let's see what I can do here? What did you think?
I watched a couple matches, and I know he's known mostly for his wrestling, and he's had a few jiu-jitsu matches, but this is a different rule set, This is jiu-jitsu. This isn't wrestling, so I'm excited to see how it goes.
Ian, what'd you think whenever you found out you'd be going against Nick?
It's funny. We found out we're both from St. Louis, Missouri, right? And the key thing is, St. Louis is hard, dude. It's murder capital of the United States, so it's hard to make it out. So, I was just down, dude. Nick has an aggressive style, and he has a wrestling background, too. So, he has a wrestling background, too. We're both from Missouri. I know people from Missouri that knew him. And, dude, I do not show up for boring matches at all. It's always been in my career. I always fought the best guys in the world. And when B Team says Nick, then it's fucking Nick, bro. B Teams are, dude, they're top class. They're fucking good, bro. So, especially if they put somebody on Who's Number One, I know I'm down for a scrap. I know Nick's going to bring it. So, but I'm glad, dude. I'm really glad because at the end of the day, if somebody from St. Louis is going to make it and they have both of us on the card, I hope he comes back for another one too. So, So
there we go. St. Louis represent. What can the fans expect from you, Ian, whenever you take the mats tomorrow?
Oh, man. It's going to be a good pace. He has a good pace too. So it's going to be nonstop action. I'm a shoot fire with fire. So I'm going to go for it, right? Dude, I might jump on some shit. Hopefully. I'm going to jump on a lot of stuff, man. I'm going to jump for a lot of stuff. We're going to have the crowd electric. It's going to be fucking loud. We're going to set the fucking tone. And then, yeah, man. And then you'll see me and Nick on fucking main cards in the future, too.
Awesome. Nick, same for you. What can the fans expect from you?
They can expect constant action the whole time. We'll be constantly going for different submissions, and it's going to be a show. So tune in tomorrow night.
All right, looking forward to seeing you guys. Looking to see how you set the tone for the entire card. Up next, we're going to have Mia Funegra and Janice Russell. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, bro. Awesome. Appreciate it.
Welcome back to the official press conference for Tezos Who's Number 121. Up now, we have our second match of the evening. This is a prelim match, going to be free on the YouTube. We have Mia Funegra going up against Janice Russell. So I'll start with you, Mia. Overall, what was your reaction whenever you got the call about being on Who's Number One?
When I first heard about it, I was really excited. Who's Number One is a big stage for me to display my jiu-jitsu. I'm 17 years old. I'm a juvenile, so I train at AOJ. Every day I train with black belts, girls like Maisa, Margot, and Jessa. So in the gi, it's kind of hard to fight black belt because currently I'm a blue belt juvenile. In the no-gi circuit, though, it's a great opportunity for me to start fighting black belts as fast as I can. So I think Who's Number One is a great event to do that.
Awesome. And then Janice, what was your reaction whenever you got the call?
Oh man, I was super excited. It came out of left field. I wasn't expecting it at all. So when William asked me to do this and Flo asked him if I wanted to, I was really excited. So it's an incredible opportunity, and to go against a skilled opponent like Mia, it's an amazing thing.
So overall, Janice, for some fans out there, who are watching this press conference, going to watch Who's Number One, what can they expect from you? What should they know about you and your jiu-jitsu?
They can expect me to be relentless every time I go out there. They can expect me to be attacking and pushing the pace. So.
Mia, same question for you. What can they expect from you and your jiu-jitsu?
So I think I'm very submission-oriented in my game in the gi and the no-gi. So I'm expecting to attack a lot of submissions. I also feel I'm very well-rounded, so wherever the fight goes, I'm pretty prepared for it.
Awesome. And so I want to ask you both about some teammates you have on the card. I'll start with you, Janice. Cody Steele's fighting for the welterweight championship belt against Mika Galva. What do you think about that match? How do you think it's going to play out?
Oh, man, I think that's going to be awesome. It's a crazy matchup. I think there's going to be a lot of takedowns, a lot of suplexes from Cody.
The mayor of Suplex City.
Mayor of Suplex City, right. So I think it's going to be an incredible matchup, yeah.
Awesome. And then, Mia, I want to ask you, Tinan Dopra making his no-gi debut against Troy Russell. How do you think that's going to go?
I think he's going to do great. I was watching him train. He had the crown previously before, so he was training for that event too. He was doing really good, like transitioning from the gi to the no-gi, and I can't wait for you guys to see.
Awesome. Well, thank you both. Looking forward to your match. Up next, we're going to have Esteban Martinez and Reese Lefevre. Thank you, girls. Awesome. All right, welcome back to the official press conference. Now we have our third prelim match of the evening. We're going to have Esteban Martinez going up against Reese Lefevre. Reese was a last-minute replacement. He had to step in for Caleb Tackett, who had to pull out, so we always appreciate that when people are game, ready to step in. But I'll start with you, Esteban. You were originally training for this, preparing for a match with Caleb Tackett. Now you have a guy like Reese. What does that change? How does that make this different for you?
Like my opponent pulled out like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, so I'm just happy I got an opponent to replace, and so I get to compete on the card. So it doesn't really change anything, really. I'm just gonna create scrambles and chaos. So I don't even know what's gonna happen. So
what kind of stuff can fans expect from you? Because I know you've been on Who's Number One before. You have a very electric style, but for someone who's like this is their introduction to Esteban, what kind of do you bring to a match?
I want to bring excitement, so I want to do like some airborne stuff, like flying attacks or cartwheel passes, backflip passes. Like I want to do some fast and flying attacks, I guess. I want to be moving, just creating movement. I don't like to be in a position for too long because I feel like it gets boring. So keep the match moving until submission or till the end. So. Yeah.
A lot of dynamic movement out of Esteban on his previous matches, so always ready for some of that. But Reese, we'll come over to you now. So this is your Who's Number One debut. Obviously a big opportunity, but you've been kind of making a name for yourself on the local circuit. I know you had a match in Enigma against Jeremy Skinner, right?
Yeah,
where you're able to get a win. So you want to talk a little bit about kind of what you've been doing on the more local scene?
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, it's locally I've been competing at pretty much whatever I can. I'm always training for something, so I got the call last minute. Obviously, Esteban is a super game opponent. Like he said, he creates chaos, that's a pretty good way to put it. So I was obviously super excited to get on the card and stuff like that. But it's not going to be easy, and Esteban is definitely not a easy person to prepare to fight. I've been trying to find training partners to get somewhat of a comparison to what I'm going to be going against, and it's definitely going to be interesting for sure. Like you said, he's going to try and create chaos, and I'm going to try and control the chaos. But yeah, man, that's mainly what I've been doing. You know, you mentioned I had that match against Jeremy Skinner. It was obviously super tough guy, man. He's been to ADCC. I was able to finish him pretty quickly. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I'm just looking forward to getting out there and trying to submit this guy.
What kind of style are you going to bring to the Who's Number One stage? What can fans expect from you, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you see Eston, he moves a lot. You know, so I think the goal is just to control him and try to keep him from moving around as much as possible, because I mean, you know, he's won against all these world champions and hasn't been submitted a single time, at least on Who's Number One that I've seen. And it's, you know, he goes out there, he literally just doesn't get submitted. People may get like to good positions and stuff, but they never submit the guy. So I think that I could really make a statement if I can submit him, and that's really my main goal, honestly.
Esteban, how do you see this match playing out?
I think that I'm gonna be controlling the pace. I think so. I feel like if I could push the pace for a long enough time, I think I'm gonna start to feel him like gas. I feel like I'll be able to gas, or maybe create like a mistake that I could capitalize on. Also, I am worried that I might carelessly flip into like a bad position, but I'm confident in my escapes. So I feel like it's gonna either go the distance, or I'm gonna be able to capitalize on maybe like exhaustion or opening. So okay. I'm looking to capitalize on any opportunities I see in the scrambles. So.
All right, right on. Reese, same question. How do you see this match playing out?
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, like I said, Esteban moves a lot. He's going to try to scramble and move around me the whole entire time. Just probably nonstop movement from Esteban and me trying to control him and look for those tight submissions. Maybe not try armbar him. I've seen a couple people try and do that. It didn't really work out for them. But yeah, I'm going to try and control him and get to submission.
Awesome. Thank you both. Looking forward to this one. Up next, we're going to have our feature prelim of the night. It's going to be Dominic Mejia and Owen Jones. All right, welcome back to the official press conference for Tezos Who's Number One 21. This is the feature prelim of the night. So this one's going to be free on the YouTube channel, so make sure you go subscribe. Make sure you're watching this one because I got a feeling it's going to be fireworks. We got the current European ADCC Trials champion going up against the East Coast Trials silver medalist. Honestly, I think this one could be electric start to finish. I think it could be fight of the night, but we'll start with you, Owen. Owen, what was your thoughts when you got the call that you were going to be competing here on Who's Number One?
Yeah, I was very excited, especially when I heard this against Mr. Silver Medal over here. I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to beat someone who's equally... I feel like he's very good at jiu-jitsu, and he also talks shit, which is much like I do, right? Like, I like talking, I like creating some drama, and I saw a couple of his matches, and he was doing the same, so I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's run it.
Dominic, same question for you. What was your thought when you got the call and we found out you'd be competing against Owen?
Man, I think for me it's like going to be another notch in my belt. I think it's a good way to progress into to getting an easy invite if need be. But we all know American Trials is the best. He won a JV tournament, and I won the real thing. I mean, I got second at the real thing, and we're gonna have to fight. And I mean, he's trying over here to show that UK grappling is as good as US grappling, and I'm here to show that it isn't.
What do you think about that, Owen?
I mean, I definitely wouldn't say UK grappling. I'd say my grappling is as
Your
good as American grappling. My grappling, yeah. And clearly one of us at the minute is going to ADCC and the other's not. So that's what's on the table.
The only thing you did good was being born in a crappy area.
Yeah, I mean, guess what? I'm going to ADCC or not, boss? What
I'm going too. I'll figure. I'll get
thought
it.
you got
I'll
the
get it done.
silver.
After
What
I beat
happened?
you here, I'm gonna set it up, get the invite,
But
and
you
if
beat
not,
me,
I'll
it
win
means
West
nothing.
Coast.
If you beat me, it means nothing. You just said I won the easy trials. So if you beat me, it means nothing. Surely you should.
Well, it looks good for Mo. That's what it does.
Ah,
look
there. Got him. Got him.
Oh, and for people who, so you had your big trials win. That was your big breakout. You know, it was obviously electric. I love seeing you celebrate with the boys, going crazy and everything. Then you were posting pictures in the club holding a couple of bottles of Dom Perignon. So I think you got a cool personality that people could gravitate towards. But your jiu-jitsu specifically, what is it about your jiu-jitsu that fans should keep an eye out for, that they should be, you know, excited about getting to see tomorrow?
I mean, I definitely feel like I'm always hunting the submission, right? Even in trials, a lot of my matches, I was trying to sub people, and I'm not really here for no stalling. Neither is Dom, to be honest. I think he's here to scrap as well, which I think this match is for sure going to be a back and forth scrap. I don't think any of us are going to try and stall. I think we're going to try and submit each other, which is obviously the goal of the Super Fight show. I don't think I'm going to try and stall. I don't think he's going to try and stall. So I think those are the main things for sure.
Dominic, what do you think fans should be looking for with your jiu-jitsu?
Oh man, I like to push the pace. I had this whole thing going on, like I was trying to do like a 25 submission streak at the opens. It didn't work out, but I'm always looking for the submission. I know Owen as well. He like broke Ash Williams' foot at trials, and I saw him hunting those submissions. So I think it's going to be a good match. I think we're both going to be going. I said in an interview, I think that is either going to be a barn burner the whole way through, or one of us is getting finished.
I think you guys do have a lot of similarities, whether it be your jiu-jitsu, but also your personalities. You guys kind of mentioned it. Dom, you do like to talk trash a little bit. You're always yelling, you know, you're talking to the camera, all that. Owen, same thing for you. So I guess, Dom, do you think this is going to turn into a chippy match once you guys get out there? How do you think it's going to play out, I guess, in that regard?
Oh man, I expect them to be talking shit during the match for sure. For sure. I think it's going to be a good match. I think we're going to be good back and forth. I hope to hear some of that UK banner, man.
Bro, I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
From the start to finish, there's going to be some
Okay.
trash talking. Don't worry.
Trash talking the whole match?
Bro, for sure. We're here for... I'm going to make him want to leave, bro. I'm going to make him want to quit the match.
You think you're going to want to quit the match?
No, I'm going to hope he still talks when he's in a choke.
You're going to keep talking during a choke?
For sure. Why not?
Yeah.
All right, there you have it. So this is going to be the feature match on our preliminary card. We are giving this one away for free on the YouTube channel. So go subscribe. Up next, we're going to have our first main card match. We're going to see Tinan Dopra and Troy Russell up here, but you got to pay for those. So Tinan Dopra, Troy Russell coming up next.
Thank you guys.
Welcome back to the official press conference for Tezos, Who's Number 1, 21. We're moving on to the main card now, so this is going to be our first match on the main card. We got 7 main card matches, 3 title belts on the line, but we're kicking things off with Tinan Dopra and Troy Russell. Troy, Who's Number 1 veteran at this point, got a 1-1 record on Who's Number 1. Tinan, the newcomer, I guess, as our Instagram says, coming to make his no-gi debut on Who's Number 1. So I'm going to start with you, Troy. Whenever you got the call, you found out that we wanted you to compete against Tinan Dopra. What were you thinking? What was your reaction?
I was super excited. I couldn't think of a better match for me. Tinan's a huge name already, but still new to the no-gi black belt scene. Obviously, a ton of respect for his game. I couldn't have been more excited to prepare for an opponent. I've got to watch a lot of his tape. I've been very interested in watching his development, gi to no-gi. So my hat goes off to him for taking a tough no-gi match for his first match. Super excited to welcome him to the no-gi scene.
And then Tinan, what was it about Who's Number 1 that you decided to make your no-gi debut here?
Actually, when we first did my documentary about a year ago, we were kind of talking back and forth, and that kind of got into my mind and trying coming in here and debuting into the Who's Number 1. And, you know, just as a fan, always watching the Who's Number 1, you guys put on a show, the card that you guys always bring up. So I believe it made sense to me. It's also something, an event that my team supports. So you guys have had a Colabate fighting here. You guys had Jonathan Alves fighting here, Jessa, a bunch of my teammates now, Mia, Diego Pato. So it just made sense to be in an organization where my team supports, and I'm excited to be here and be part of this event.
What do you think about your opponent, Troy Russell?
Well, he's a student of Lovato, so he's a person that I respect a lot. And I believe that it's a perfect scenario for me to debut and show my skills in the no-gi. Nobody has seen it yet, but I believe that the adjustments that I made, it's been always followed up based on the person that has influenced me the most into the jiu-jitsu, which has been Marcelo. When I was a collar belt, my professor always told me to study him because he is the person that holds the most records at the IBJJF Worlds, and he was the one that I looked up to. So when I started studying the no-gi and his tape, I've seen a lot of similarities on things that I've already do in the gi and how I could make a better adjustment into the no-gi. So it's been very exciting to see, and I'm very, very confident on the abilities that I've created, the skills that I've made a progress into the no-gi, and I hope to display that tomorrow.
So, Troy, I got to ask you, there's a bit of a question mark, obviously, with Tinan when it comes to no-gi. No one really knows exactly what it's going to look like. So I'm curious, how have you prepared for this no-gi match against Tinan?
So he has given us some hints already as to what he's trying to do. He's looking at wrestling up. We've seen his X guard displayed so well in the gi, and that's an excellent guard. Gi to no gi, it transitions very well. So a lot of preparation passing the X guard, a lot of preparation shutting down the wrestle ups and countering the wrestle ups. And then from there, who knows? I mean, there are a lot of question marks, but I think we have a general idea, and we can go back and watch his professor, Rafael Mendez, has done so well in no-gi that I imagine he'll try to emulate his professor's game.
Gotcha. So going back to you, Tinan, what can the fans expect from you whenever you take the mats tomorrow?
I think I'm the type of person that always tries to fight forward, and that's something that everyone can expect from me. But I believe on this specific match, just trying to focus on the set of skills that I've acquired to my no-gi game. Like you said, nobody has really seen my no-gi training, but I have people on my team like my Professor Guy and Professor Rafa, and people that had prepared for these type of scenarios before. I've had a lot of help on my teammate Colabate, who has made a huge adjustments onto my leg entanglement game. Same thing by watching Pato training all the time. I know he's a guy that's always chasing the heel hooks and leg attacks. So I'm fully prepared for all case scenarios. And what I look forward to showcase the most, it's well-rounded jiu-jitsu. I think that's where I'm kind of excited to see it. A lot of people has questioned before about my takedowns and passing and bottom, and they always try to find a specific position that I haven't displayed yet. And it excites me every time I go back into the training room and try to work on specifically adjusting those scenarios. So I've been doing a lot of takedowns exchange into the training, and I hope into this match and in the next matches I'm able to display a lot of that.
Troy, same thing for you. What can the fans expect whenever you take the mats tomorrow?
I'm going to try to break Tinan's leg. I think everybody knows my game pretty well by now. I'm going to go for the kill the whole time, and that's I think the area that I have the biggest leg up, to make a bad pun, is in the leg locking game. Obviously, he's been working on that. I'm sure he studied tape on me as well, but I think that's where I'll find my breakthrough.
You've been working on your leg lock escapes?
Better have the medics ready, I guess. No, I've been working, and it's exciting. The game has grew so much, and the development on the leg entanglement has been very exciting. Every competition there's like new details on it, and then people are always trying to showcase different styles on leg entanglements. But I think it's, at the end of the day, you need to put yourself in that position, that scenario, and study and go over the key points, that pressure point, or even the locks, or even the setups that people use it differently. And I'm sure I've been into many different scenarios before, even into the short no-gi camp that I've done it. And I look forward to see my improvements in the next year or so. Like you said, I'm the newcomer, or my rookie year as a no-gi. But it's exciting to see every time I join a new scenario like this, what I haven't been before. It's always very challenging, and it's always something that you look forward the most, you know. So the no gi has brought a lot into skills to my gi game, and I look forward to do the same back and forth, you know. So we'll see what I can show in 1 year period from now. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of improvements, and I'm looking forward to pick up the pace into my no gi career. I don't have any rush, but I'm sure that you guys will see me fighting pretty often into the next year, trying to get as many fights as possible inside the organization. And like I did in the gi, I believe that my first goal was to reach top 3 of the division, and I was able to reach that in the first year. And I look forward to do the same here. You know, I know that the division is very tough. I know there's a lot of people exciting out there, and you know, step by step, break by break, I'm gonna get there. You know, just put in the work.
Awesome. Well, thank you both. Looking forward to this match. Up next, we're going to have Helena Kraar and Julia Maile. Thank you, guys. All right, welcome back to the official press conference. Now we have up our second main event match of the evening. We have a women's featherweight match. We have Julia Maile versus Helena Kraar. So, Helena, you've had a match or so on one match on Who's Number One now, right? So it's your second match on Who's Number One. And Julia, you're a European Trials champion, no-gi European champion as well, right? 2-time European champion. So I'll start with you. What does it mean to you to get the call and compete here on Who's Number One?
Oh, it's amazing. I got very happy when I got the invitation, and like the main card is just phenomenal. So I'm very glad to be a part of that.
Awesome. And what did you think whenever you found out you'd be competing against Helena Kraar?
I think it was super cool. It's like great to be able to compete against like the upcoming generation, and like especially Helena, she do so well. So I think it's going to be very exciting to fight her.
Awesome. And so, Helena, your first match, you were able to get the submission. Now you're bumped up to the main card. What does it mean to you to be competing on the main card here at Who's Number One?
Yeah, it means it's like so great. I'm grateful to everyone at FloGrappling and the team for having me once again at the show, and to Julia for accepting the match. So I'm really excited to be on the main card on Who's Number One, and I can't wait for tomorrow.
Overall, how do you think a match against Julia plays out for you?
I'm always looking to go for the submission, and Julia being an ADCC trial European champion, I think that's a great test for me. And she also has many other high-level achievements, so I can't wait to test myself against one of the best.
So, Julia, Helena's obviously a young prodigy kind of rising up in jiu-jitsu right now. You're a bit more of a veteran. You know, you got the European trials win and everything. How do you think your experience, or just overall, how do you think this match with Helena is going to play out?
Oh, I think it's so hard to say, especially with no-gi. I feel the rank and stuff doesn't mean so much there. So I think anything can happen. Like, you never know. But I think it's going to be a very cool match. I think we have like very different styles, so I think it's gonna be fun.
What can the fans expect from you whenever you take the mats tomorrow?
Gonna be speed and pressure, and trying to go for the finish, and just have let go of it and have fun and bring the action.
Awesome. Yeah. Helena, same question for you. What can the fans expect from you tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm always hunting the submission from whatever position I'm in, like top, bottom, anything I can get, choke, armbar, leg lock, really whatever my opponent presents me. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to this one. Good luck to both of you. Up next, we're going to talk to Luke Griffith and Roosevelt Souza. All right, welcome back to the official press conference for Tezos, Who's Number 121. Now we got the big boys up here. Over 500 pounds are going to be on the mat tomorrow when these guys throw down. We got Luke Griffith from New Wave, Roosevelt Suva fighting out of Fight Sports. So I'll start with you, Luke. You've had a few Who's Number 1 matches now. Your last match, you were able to submit Haisam Rita very quickly as well. I'm just curious, what's it mean to you to be back on Who's Number 1?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very blessed to be back here. Thank you guys for the opportunity. Yeah, as you said, the last match was Haisam Rita. I managed to finish that one pretty quickly, so looking to go out and obviously look for the submission again with Roosevelt. But looking forward to an exciting match. He's a good competitor, and I think probably my toughest test to date. So yeah, looking forward to putting on a show for the fans.
Roosevelt, what does it mean to you to be competing on Who's Number 1? But also, what do you think about your match with Luke?
I'm really happy for the opportunity to be here. Luke is a great competitor, young guy, strong guy, but I'm gonna do what I was looking for on my match, fighting forward, looking for submissions, set my pace, and I believe we're gonna have great performance tomorrow, right? Looking forward to give a show for everybody who's watching, right? Me and him, we are like high-level competitors. We have a good jiu-jitsu level, so it's gonna be a really exciting match.
Luke, do you think your experience competing specifically on Who's Number 1, it is a little bit different of a rule set. It encourages, obviously, good jiu-jitsu, but do you think it's going to give you any sort of edge?
Not really, to be honest. Roosevelt's competed on a lot of stages that are on the highest level. Obviously, 4th place at ADCC, that's a huge stage. So I don't think there's anything that's going to be new to him. But at the same time, I don't think he's going to have any advantages over me. I'm blessed enough to train with the best people in the world every day. So I think we're both going to be pretty comfortable out there, and it's really just going to come down to whose skill set is better on the day.
What do you think, Roosevelt? Do you think there's going to be any sort of difference because of his experience with Who's Number 1 specifically, or do you think that makes a difference?
Man, one thing he doesn't know about me, I'm the toughest guy he ever faced in his career, because I really believe that. My mind is like my strength. I know he trains with the best in the world right now, but on my mind, I'm the best. And I will perform my best this weekend, and nothing less than that. So I really believe on my potential. I believe on my skills, and I'm 100% sure that I'll be super a step ahead all the time on my match against Luke.
How do you think this match plays out with Luke? How do you think it ends up?
My goal for this match is pushing my pace as much as I can. I feel great physically, technically, and that's my goal. And always the rules that you guys already know, looking for submissions, and no holding back. That's my goal. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Luke, how do you think this match ends up?
Yeah, look, I'm looking to display some good jiu-jitsu, whether it's a quick finish or whether it goes a little bit longer. Obviously, I want to win the match, and I think I'm in a position where, over the last matches that I've had over this year, I've really displayed an advance in technical development, and I think this is just going to show you guys what level I'm actually on. I definitely think that kind of still flying a little bit under the radar for most people, and I think this is a match that could put me on the radar. So yeah.
Do you think that mustache is helping with intimidation or anything?
Hey man, the mustache seems to be working out well so far, so we're gonna keep it and until it's time for it to get out of here.
All right, looking forward to this one. Thank you both. Up next, we're gonna have Lucas Hulk Barbosa and Carlo Bedoni. Thank you guys. All right, welcome back, everybody. Up now, we have Lucas Hulk Barbosa and Carlo Bedoni. They're going to be competing in a heavyweight match. Hulk, I'm going to start with you. So originally, this card was built around you and Gordon Ryan competing. Gordon had to pull out. I'm just curious overall, just what's your thoughts right now? You got a replacement with Carlo, but overall, what are you thinking about this?
Man, Gordon's just kidding. No, Gordon. I know he pulled out for the fight. I was really looking forward to fight him, since the last match. I was training for him, really heavy. but got to fire Giancarlo. It's still an exciting match, you know. We go out there always and put a good fight, so I'm so excited to come out here and do my best.
Yeah, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this will be the 7th match in your rivalry, right? You guys are 4-2, with Hulk currently having the advantage, but the last match took place at ADCC where Giancarlo was able to get the win. So I guess I'll ask you again, Hulk. I think it's 4-2, right? But is that right? Yeah.
It was six fights?
Yeah, 6 times. This will be the 7th. But so I'm curious because the last match was at ADCC in the final. Does this kind of make this where this is a match where it would feel good to get some redemption back over that last loss?
I would say that it's a good way to to show that I'm a better spot right now. You know, like every time like we fight, we always have something different to show. You know, like he has some different skill, I have mine, and just like I was training for Garden, I was like doing my best. I was leveling up as an athlete, and now I feel that I'm a different shape. I'm a different athlete from the last time we fought. So it'll be good to fight him again and show where I'm at.
And so, Giancarlo, as soon as Gordon was announced that he was pulling out, which obviously you would have known as soon as the injury happened, but you were calling for the match. You were hitting us up. You were posting about it. This is a match you really wanted. So I guess why did you want this match with Hulk?
Yeah, as soon as I knew that he was out, I immediately wanted to step in. I mean, obviously, there's the fact that he still has more wins against me. So even though I won the last one and probably arguably the more important one, still personally, I want to catch up to him and ultimately surpass him. So I think, he's still young. He's still going to be competing for a while, so we will meet each other a few more times at least. So it won't be the last time that we compete. So that's definitely one of the main reasons. And then also, I wanted to compete. I want to be at a more frequent pace of competitions leading up to ADCC. So I have a tournament mid-December, AIGA, and I wanted to compete before then, so it kind of lined up perfectly. Obviously, it's unfortunate what happened with Gordon, but it worked out good for me. So.
How do you think this meeting of you and Luke is going to play out? How do you think it's going to go down?
I'm preparing. Obviously, he was in a camp for probably the biggest match of his career against Gordon, so I know he's going to come in good shape. And I'm expecting him to come out like he always does, just Hulk style, hard, aggressive, and I'm preparing for the best version of Hulk and for a hard 15 minutes, so I know that I could do that. And I'm excited. I'm very confident in my skill set, and I think I'll be able to get it done before the 15 minutes are up.
So, Hulk, like Giancarlo said, this was obviously a camp where you were preparing for Gordon. So was it a hard camp? How was your training overall leading up to this one?
Yeah, I was, doing 30-minute rounds, doing a lot of long rounds, and, definitely was pushing myself more. But now that's 15 minutes, it's even better, I think it's even better for me,
Do you think now that it's 15, you're obviously going to be able to put the pace on or set the pace? Do you think that makes a big difference?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think just like I said, when the round is longer, I was pushing myself to go long in that round to resist more than 30 minutes, but now that's 15. I think the pace is going to keep until from the beginning to the end. So,
how do you see this match ending?
I'm very unpredictable. It can be 15 minutes. It can be, submission. I'll see how I'm gonna play out there, but definitely gonna try to come up with that win.
Awesome, and you already kind of mentioned it a little bit, Giancarlo, how you think it's gonna end, but overall, how do you think this match ends?
I personally think it's gonna end in submission. That's what I'm planning for. I think I'm gonna be able to push the pace and wear him down. I believe I was able to finish him in less than 15 minutes last time, so I know he's going to be tough. I know he's going to be strong, but I am confident in my skill set to be able to do it again in less than 15 minutes, so that's my plan.
All right, looking forward to this one. Up next, we're going to have our first title match of the evening. We're going to have Diogo Hayes and Diego Pato. Thank you, guys. Thanks, boys. All right, welcome back to the official Tezos Who's Number 121 press conference. Up now, we have our first title match of the evening. We have the current featherweight champion, Diogo Hayes, the Baby Shark, a.k.a. the Megalodon, a.k.a. a lot of other nicknames that he's given himself, going up against Diego Pato. So I'm going to start with you, Diogo. What does it mean to you to not only have the belt now, but to be able to defend the belt on Who's Number 1?
So for me, it's a privilege to defend my belt against a tough opponent, which is Diego Pato. So we have for 4 times. It's 2-2, but we fought more in gi, so 3 times. But now we have the opportunity to face each other again at no gi. So it will be a great fight tomorrow.
Yeah, so 2-2. Obviously, this is a big match for both of you. Settle the score, but also the featherweight championship on the line. So Pato, what does it mean to you to be competing for the featherweight belt right now, and also to be competing against Diogo, who you're 2-2 against?
Yeah, I have been great opportunity to be here, and when the Who's Number 1 called me, so I always already training. So and yeah, I hope he get improved since the first time we fought. So we was so kind of young on the rule set, and then I hope he improve a lot because I'm gonna be hunt submission tomorrow.
So both of you are Who's Number 1 veterans at this point, but it's been a while, right, Pato, since you competed? I know you were on Who's Number 1 championship. Have you competed since then?
No, on the Who's Number 1, no. Just that one, the GP 155 kilo, so 155 pounds, sorry. And then since that, I didn't fight on the stage of Who's Number 1.
Are you excited to be back on Who's Number 1?
Oh yeah, for sure. I hope to be here for many times, and yeah, I hope defend the belt as well.
So, Diogo, you've been active on Who's Number 1 recently. You just won the 145 bracket to get the belt, and you look pretty good overall. How's your game been feeling? Is it changed at all for a match with Pato?
Against Pato, I think everybody already know how the match will be. Pato is a good player. So I think he will try to, make his guard attack my leg. So I will try to be always on top, try pass his guard or have the opportunity to have a chance to submit. So it will be a great match. It will be a lot of scramble because I know he come to submit. So it will be a 50 minutes. Very, very exciting.
Is that what we're going to see, Pato? We're going to see you playing some guard, attacking leg locks?
Yeah. I think he already know. So, well, we have been improved a lot, since Warren, the second season of the year. So, yeah, we just keep the pace in the training no gi as well, a gi, and then, yeah, if you think like that. So, I just the rules said match up with my game so much because it's under sub only. So. You guys can check my background, so you guys can see I already finish a lot of people. So yeah, I'm always looking for submission. It's not gonna be the last time you're gonna fight, and yeah, you guys gonna see a lot of submission tomorrow. I hope we put a show for you guys, for sure.
Diogo, what can the fans expect from you whenever the Baby Shark takes the mats tomorrow?
A lot of emotions because all my matches finished with a lot of emotion. Last time was crazy, the 2 matches that I had. So this match against Pato, always when I fought Pato, it was crazy, until the beginning, until the end. So tomorrow will be the same thing. A lot of excited people will enjoy this match a lot.
Pato, what can the fans expect?
A lot of movements for sure. So non-stop, from the beginning to the start to the end. Yeah. So the rules is for you guys to give a show. So don't expect nothing than that. So just a show and a lot of great movement, high level performance for sure.
Awesome. So a couple of the most exciting no-gi grapplers on the scene today going to be throwing down tomorrow. I'm excited for this one. But up next, we have Mika Galva and Cody Steele, so we're going to hear from those guys. Thank you both. All right, welcome back to the official press conference. Now we have our second title match of the evening. We have Mika Galva going up against Cody Steele for the welterweight Who's Number One championship. So I'm going to start with you, Mika. What does it mean to you to be back on Who's Number One and defending the welterweight belt?
I think that is a pretty cool thing. I like to fight in Who's Number One roles because it's about like just submission basically, or sometimes a criteria, but I like to go for the submission at all times. The title itself, I think that is not my main goal. I think it's cool to have a belt and all, like defending my title right now for the first time. But my goal is not this. My goal is just go out there, fight with very good opponents, test myself out, like with Cody, and give a show to the people. You know, I'm being paid here to step on the mat there and give a good show for the people, not to just go out there and just like, oh, I gotta defend my belt. Nah, I'm here to give a good show. I'm here to test myself, and improve my jiu-jitsu.
Cody, what does it mean to you to be back on Who's Number One and competing for the welterweight belt?
Feels pretty cool. Feels pretty good, like coming off 2 KOs and a pretty sick run at the trials, and now I'm here fighting on Who's Number One for the world title against Mika Galva. So, things are good. Let's go.
Yeah, so there's obviously a few different routes you can get to fighting for like a grappling world championship or like competing on Who's Number One for the belt. Yours is a little interesting right now because you are obviously a jiu-jitsu guy. You've been in the scene for a long time, been on Who's Number One, but you've recently been knocking dudes out and throwing people on their heads. And so I'm curious, what made you want to go from the MMA scene, which you're kind of breaking into now, back to like Who's Number One competing for a grappling world championship?
Man, I want to keep doing the MMA. Like MMA is my main focus, but I'm always going to come back to jiu-jitsu, like this is what I love, and I always want to like represent the jiu-jitsu community when I'm out here fighting for MMA. So for me to be out here and putting on like shows and doing that, it's going to keep my name relevant, and I'm going to just keep getting better.
Has MMA changed your jiu-jitsu at all?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like my jiu-jitsu and my MMA goes pretty well together. Before I did MMA, my style was very like high-paced, explosive, violent. And MMA is just like cranked it up times 10. So, yeah, it's been good.
Gotcha. Okay, so Mika, Cody's the current mayor of Suplex City. I don't know if you've seen him be called that or anything, but you recently actually put in your bid to try and get a nominee for that title against J-Rod whenever you showed your wrestling, some of your throws, your chest wrap. I'm curious, are you going to stand and wrestle with Cody in this match?
Yeah, definitely. I think that is something I've been working on. As you could see in my previous matchup with J-Rod, I was doing a lot of wrestling most of the time. And this time I also want to do some wrestling. I think that is also something that the public would enjoy. And I want to come into the city, Suplex City. But hopefully I would appreciate if you let me do the suplex this time. That's something I've been looking forward to.
What do you think, Cody? How's the wrestling with you and Mika going to go down?
I think it's going to be a good scrap, I don't expect him to pull guard. I'm hoping he doesn't pull guard for at least the first 5, maybe 8 minutes, and we just scrap it out. I'm here to put on a show, and so let's get it.
We never know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this one could be absolutely fireworks from start to finish. Obviously, I'm excited for it. But Mika, overall, I know you always bring an exciting style. You're always submission-oriented. What can the fans expect from you tomorrow when you take the mats?
As I said, I'm just here for the show. That's all I care about. As soon as you go into an event, it's not like about just a winning and just like trying to get a criteria advantage out there to get the title. I think that's not what I'm made for. I was made for submissions, also made for excitement, I was made for the show itself. So I'm just excited to go with Cody because I think that he has the same mindset. You could tell that he went for many trials out there and he always gave the show for the public. And I'm sorry for the word, but it's pretty shitty when you go and see 2 guys out there just 15 minutes holding on the match and trying to win sometimes like little things. So that's not my style. I come here for the big event.
So, Cody, same thing for you. You're obviously known for an exciting style, throwing people on their heads. What can the fans expect from you tomorrow?
Expect, an aggressive approach. This is going to be fight of the night. Every time I look on these rosters or these matches and I get bored, it annoys me. So, we're going to come out, and that's what this match is going to be. It's going to be fight of the night.
Okay, there you have it. Guaranteed fight of the night right here. Definitely not boring. I'll back that up. I think there's no way this one ends up being boring. But up next, we're going to have our final match of the evening, the main event, where we're going to have Pedro Marinho defending his 205 belt up against Rafael Lovato Jr. So we're going to hear from those guys next. Welcome back to the official press conference for Tezos Who's Number 121, Pedro Marinho versus Rafael Lovato Jr., presented by Fat Tire. Now we're talking to our main event now, the light heavyweight championship on the line. We got Pedro Marinho going up against Rafael Lovato Jr. So I'll start with the current champ, Pedro. What does it mean to be back on Who's Number 1, back defending the light heavyweight strap?
Man, I feel pretty good. Once again, put it on the line. For me, this belt represents, I'm the best in the world right now, and tomorrow night I have the chance to prove it once again.
So, Lovato, you obviously you had a great match against Elder Cruz in OKC. The crowd erupted. That was kind of your making your stake for the title. Then you cemented your place against a submission victory over Evangelista, and now here you are fighting for the belt. What does that mean for you?
Man, it's been a good year. Having one of the best years of my career. At this stage, 40 years old, twin babies at home, just very grateful, very inspired, and couldn't ask for a better way to end the year. Big battle against a great champ, number 1 in the world, and I'm excited.
Overall, what was your preparation for this match against Pedro like?
Very physical. And I feel like I've been training for months. So I'm ready to finally do this thing. It was an amazing camp. It's a little later in the year than what I expected to still be going this hard, but everything worked out beautifully. I'm healthy. A lot of great moments throughout the process that I got to cherish. And, here we are, and now we're in Austin. So I think that that's beautiful too, because my brother Shanji's here, Six Blades, and so it was meant to be.
Pedro, same question for you. What's your camp been like preparing for Rafael Lovato Jr.?
As you said, a lot of aggression training, a lot of wrestling, hand fight. I think that's the way the match goes. And yeah, been pretty good. Feeling great, feeling ready. Tomorrow night's porrada time.
Almost porrada time. So you're obviously known for your aggressive style, your guillotines, but overall, what do you think some of the keys for you to get the win over Lovato are?
I think more than guillotine, more than wrestle, I'm really smart the way I fight. As Lovato said, the fight normally against other opponents go the way I want, and I think that's my difference. It's really hard to do things on me, and I'm aware of everything. I feel like as Lovato has, the experience on his side, I feel I have been past all the ups and downs on my short career, and it's been great, been learning a lot. And like I said, Tomorrow night is show. You know, I'm really excited. On my mind, what goes is tomorrow night go out there and put a dominant performance against a great champ, like one of the best to ever do it. You know, there's no better way to end my year.
Lovato, same question. What are some of the keys to getting a victory over Pedro?
I think my experience is definitely it's going to help me. I think my conditioning is going to help me. You know, he's beating the most dangerous guys out there. So, like, it's not going to be easy by any means. And I didn't train. I have no thing in my mind that thinks it's going to be easy out there. But I'm ready to go to the deep end, 100%. I'm ready to grind. I'm ready to battle. And I do feel I bring a more complete set of skills to the table. And at some point, I believe I'm going to have my opportunity. And we're just going to make sure we take advantage and make the most of it. But I'm ready for war. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Like, that's what I trained for. I'm going to enjoy it. I've been out there in wars, gi, no gi, MMA for so many years. And I'm ready to do one more.
So, two-part question for you. What does it mean to be now the main event of this event? And then what would it mean for you if you go home tomorrow with the Who's Number One belt?
You know, the main event doesn't change anything too much for me. I mean, the job is still to go there, perform my best, and win. So it doesn't matter if we're first match, last match, in the freaking small room with no one watching or in the biggest, you know, arena possible. I'm still going to fight the same. So that doesn't change anything. But the cool thing about me being the main event is I'm going to be the last thing everyone sees tomorrow night, and I'm going to give them something to remember. They're not going to watch another match afterwards and forget about what I did. So there's that, and I want to give everybody something to remember. And as far as what it will mean to me, you know, it's going to be very special for me. You know, like I remember what it was to be him. You know, to be 25, 26, however old he is. 26? 27. He's getting older. Yeah, right. He's a baby. 27. So 13 years ago, you know, I mean, my goodness, I was already, because I'm 13 years older than him, I was already like, you know, I mean, just, yeah. So I remember what that felt like. But as you go deeper into the game, the appreciation, the gratitude, the love, the relationships that you have and that are still there, you know, you just love it even more. You cherish it even more. And that's where I'm at right now. And so that's what's inspiring me. And so to come out victorious at the end of this, at this stage, you know, it's going to mean a lot. And that's what I'm fighting for. And, you know, I have my family now. You know, there's so many more things that are bringing the fire out of me than when I was younger. And so it's going to be one of the best moments ever.
Awesome. Pedro, same question. What does it mean for you to be the main event, and what would it mean to go back home with the belt?
Man, we are the main event since day one. You know, like I feel since I signed, this is the main event for me. I don't see other matches, like really don't bother me what other matches around for me. Every time I fight the main event, especially against Lovato, you know, a great of all time. So this is the main event since day one.
What would it mean to you also to retain the belt?
Yeah, everything, you know, is like, say, all the work you put in, you know, like Lovato said, and on his side, on my side as well, you know, I have been 5 years in the United States without seeing my family, you know, my dad, my mom. So I know what I have been passed through to get where I am at, right? So it was no easy, come from Brazil with, you know, all the difficulties we have, and be on this stage, you know, the main event. And let's say the truth, right? FloGrappling is the biggest grappling, you know, industry that we have right now. And, you know, I'm here, I'm at the top, you know, come from Brazil, from nowhere. 5 years without seeing my family, and I put all this together, you know, in my mind. Everything that I have been, let's say, giving to have what I have today, you know, I put all my might in. It's this, you know, means a lot to me, you know, end the year end my year like perfect well, right, with a win. Like I say again, I will repeat this because I feel really honored to fight Lovato. You know, he's one of the greatest. When I just started, he already was, you know, like he said, headline events. You know, so I feel pretty good to the position I'm at now. And like I say, tomorrow night, you guys will find out. This will be a show, you'll be porrada, and this belt come back to Houston.
There we go. Pedro said it best. This was always the main event. So looking forward to this one. But there you have it. That's the official full card for Tezos, who's number 121, Pedro Marinho versus Rafael Lovato Jr., presented by Fat Tire. And it's all going down tomorrow, Thursday, November 30th at 7 p.m. Central Time. 11 matches. Make sure you guys tune in. We'll see you guys there.
Sei que pra galera do Brasil, tamo junto, galera. Espero que amanhã vocês estejam na torcida aí. Pode acompanhar pela FloGrappling ou DJ Stars. Então vamos lá, galera. Tudo nosso, nada deles, naquele pique.
E todos meus fãs também. Valeu, Brasil.